Now this is a really interesting property. We're on the easement road at the north side. We're looking to the east. So the property is on the right side of the road. I really have not gotten a chance yet to really check this property out. But just looking at the topo map and how it was situated, I've been excited to see it. It has really good road frontage. And I have a feeling it's going to have an awesome view once we get up to the east side and the kind of the southeast side. So again, we're on the north side, we're facing east. So that's the property on the right. Pretty good timber. I mean, a lot of stuff out here at Hawk's Roost was logged really heavily. This is more in the Eagle Ridge section. I'm sure there was some logging, but it was just not nearly as heavily as some of the other areas out here. Okay, so as we get toward the northeast side, this part's a little more narrow. And what we're going to do, we're going to keep going. We're going to hang a right, go south on this road, and the property is going to remain on the right. But we're really going to take a good look at this from the road anyway. By the road, you can see a lot of limbs and such. That's from the road itself being widened out. I'm sure the logging as well, but a whole lot of that is from the process of improving the roads a little bit out here. Okay, so now we're kind of at the east side, land's on the right. And we're going to stay to the right and go up this hill. The property's still on the right. And once we get toward the top, we should start to get a hint of that view, if there is going to be a view. A lot of road frontage, so you're going to have a lot of options for where you want to do your driveway or your building site. Now this looks good. As we get up here, this was clearly some type of landing. You can see some of the logs that were left over in the piles, but let's see where we are here. I mean, we could pull right in here, actually. Now, if we were to do some cleanup on this property, this is likely where we would start, as we'd come up to this landing area and get the skid loader. And there's a couple different ways you can do it. Oh, look at that view. Awesome. Beautiful view out, I guess, toward the east or south. But what I was saying was a couple ways you can do it if you wanted to clean up an area like this. You can push some of the limbs and stuff to the middle and you can burn them, or you can push them off to the tree line like it looks like someone has started to do here, and just kind of let the grass and stuff grow up, and within a year or two you won't really even notice they're there. But more importantly, once you get back here, this looks like just about the highest spot at all of Hawk Roost. And that's where I get excited, because that's where you could really develop an excellent view. Oh, this is just one big knoll, basically. Oh, wow. It's super overcast today, and I'm sure it's not coming through in the camera lens. But if some of this smaller timber was removed, you would have almost a 160-degree view up here. This is very unusual. Very unusual to have a knoll like this. We need to look at the topo map, but the topo map should show that this is pretty much a standalone knoll. I think I'm using that word correctly, knoll, K-N-O-L-L. Pretty sure. Been a few years since high school. This could be a spectacular building site. This is flat enough to build. And as I look through these trees, it's wintertime, so I can actually see through the trees. You can see for miles in every direction. Huge ridges off in the distance. This would be stunning. Oh man. And we've got these limbs and stuff that were kind of pushed off here. It looked to me like someone started to clean up that landing area, but that could easily be dealt with. For someone to build a beautiful cabin or a beautiful home, oh wow. What I would personally do, I guess, if I were building a cabin, I would clear out the smaller timber, leave the bigger stuff. But once the smaller stuff is gone, I mean, you'd be looking right through that big timber at the view. And I know it's not showing up in this camera, but as we look, I guess that'd be to the north, through those trees, a mile or two in the distance, there's a big, beautiful ridge. That's probably the National Forest. Panning over to the north and northwest, same deal. I can see that view. I've only seen one or two spots like this that had this type of view or potential view. Looking west, gorgeous ridge a couple miles in the distance. Wow. And then we already saw the view back by the truck where we were parked, so you could literally have a 360-degree view up here. That is extremely unusual. I think the only other property I've seen that had the potential for a 360-degree view was basically the top of a mountain. And if you didn't have a monster truck, you'd never get there. This property, I mean, you're going to want a truck or an SUV out here just to have a little extra clearance. But I drove right up here, no problem. This is really, really cool, guys. Needs some cleanup, needs some work, but man, the payoff when it's done would be unreal. Really cool property. You can check us out at InstantAcres.com. If this is still available, that's where you'll find it. Or you can email us at sales@InstantAcres.com. And we'll chat with you about this property if it's available, or any property that we do have.